You know, I never thought my quiet retirement in Oakwood Estates would turn into some kind of spy thriller. But here we are. Me, John Harper, just trying to grill burgers and grow tomatoes, suddenly staring down federal agents on my porch one random evening. The lights from their cars lit up the whole block like a bad action movie, and there I was, pausing my nature doc on TV, wondering if this was about that one time I forgot to recycle a can. But no. Agent Morales from the FBI and Agent Ellis from the IRS. They're standing there, badges gleaming, telling me they've got eyes on our HOA for some major fraud, and they need my driveway for a stakeout van, disguised as an electrician's rig because my house overlooks the clubhouse and the president's mansion perfectly, and hey, my record's spotless, no violations in years. Makes me the ideal cover. I gotta admit, it felt kind of thrilling at first, like I was in on a secret that could finally dethrone Susan Whitaker, our HOA queen bee who's been lording over us with her endless fines for grass that's a quarter inch too long or curtains that don't match her approved palette, all while our dues skyrocket and the pool looks like a swamp. Susan's got this iron grip, you see, built on fear and favoritism. She and her yes-man treasurer, Larry Benson, approve every bloated contract. And folks whisper she's skimming off the top, but no one's dared call her out. Until me, I guess. Because last meeting I politely asked why we're shelling out thousands for landscaping that leaves dead shrubs everywhere. And her smile turned venomous, like I'd just declared war on her little empire. Deep down, I think she hated me from that moment. Me, the retired supply chain guy who spots inefficiencies like a hawk, refusing to bow to her petty power trips, especially after she fined my neighbor for a bird feeder that disrupted aesthetic harmony. It was all about control, her way of keeping us isolated and paying up without questions. Anyway, I signed their form, let 'em park the van, called it Wired Wonders Electric or something cute, and went back to my routine. But Susan sniffed trouble right away. Next morning, she's screeching up in her golf cart, finger jabbing at this dark SUV across the street that wasn't mine, yelling, "That's your ride, John. I know you're scheming secret gatherings in it, undermining our community's spirit." And I'm standing there with my watering can, trying not to laugh, saying, "Susan, I drive a fuel-efficient hatchback. That beast looks like it'd guzzle gas for fun. Not mine. And the only plot I'm hatching is spaghetti for dinner." Her face twists purple, eyes narrowing like daggers, pure rage because I wasn't cowering. And from the van's curtain twitch, I knew the agents were getting a front row seat to her paranoia, which stemmed from her own dirty secrets, I later learned, like rigging bids to line her pockets while pretending it's for beautification. Things escalated quick after that. Fake emails start flooding the board, supposedly from me, pushing this shady outfit called Premier Landscapes with inflated quotes, making it look like I'm angling for kickbacks, all while Susan forwards them with notes like, "We must address this aggressive influence for transparency's sake." It stung, you know? Here I am, a guy who's always played by the rules, suddenly painted as the crook, tapped into my old frustrations from work, where I'd fix broken systems quietly. But now it was personal. My name dragged through the mud because Susan saw me as a threat to her cash flow, her control over the dues that funded her offshore stash. My sister Emily, the no-nonsense ER nurse, calls me up, voice steady but worried. "John, don't let this poison you. Stay sharp. Eyes open. She's like a virus in scrubs." And my buddy Dave texts, "You're the eye of the storm, man. Handle it your way." Then there's Alex next door, the tech whiz with cameras everywhere, who geeks out over the email headers. "This ain't you, John. Too slimy. Traced to the clubhouse Wi-Fi, but we need more." And Charlie down the street, our rebel with his neon doormat defying every rule, slips me printouts, grinning. "She's gunning for you, but we're your backup crew." We dug deeper. Alex's doorbell cam catches a shadowy figure slipping an envelope of cash into my garage toolbox at 2 a.m. Sleeve riding up to flash this flashy bracelet with a tiny crown charm. And boom, it matches one from the HOA picnic photos on Susan herself, her victory bling for bossing everyone around. I felt this rush, vindication mixed with anger, because this wasn't just harassment. It was her desperate move to frame me, protect her scam where she'd overbill for services through ghost companies, pocketing the difference with Larry's help. Agents loved it. "She's slipping, John. This is tampering, federal level." but she amps it up. Posts about a neighborhood watch right outside my place, then dials a bogus 911 claiming I'm waving a gun, me, who's actually raking leaves. Cops roll up tense, hands on holsters, and Susan's there, gasping theatrically. "He's dangerous! Search him!" But I stay cool, show him my doorbell footage of me with the rake, time-stamped, and the sergeant turns on her, stone-faced. "False reports a crime, ma'am. Don't go far." The crowd murmurs, tides shifting, and I see her eyes promise payback. Pure spite because I'd exposed a crack in her facade, threatening the power she'd clawed from years of manipulating lonely neighbors into submission. That night, Alex's drone spots Larry handing cash to a contractor by the tennis courts, thermal glow giving him away. And it clicks. Susan's empire's built on kickbacks, dues funneled to fake firms she owns under aliases, all to fund her lavish retreats while we pay for crumbling sidewalks. It fueled my resolve. I wasn't just defending my patch. This was about dismantling a bully who'd turned our haven into a pressure cooker of suspicion. So we flipped the script. I post a motion for a full audit per the bylaws, her own rules, citing rising fees and concerns, and the comments explode with support. Folks tired of her reign venting anonymously at first, then openly. She panics, kills the power to my block, darkness swallowing everything, as a warning, but I slip out, guided by Alex's drone feed. "He's bolting on the path, golf cart waiting, go!" I shadow Larry through backyards, heart pounding, till he crashes the cart in his haste, phone tumbling out with Susan's text. "Power handled? Emergency meet tonight, clubhouse 1 hour." Evidence gold, ties her directly, and I feel this shift from victim to hunter, my logistics brain mapping her downfall like a faulty supply chain. The meeting's a powder keg, room packed, Susan at the podium, voice quivering under her fake calm. We face threats from divisive forces, propose expelling one for detriment. But I stand. "Point of order, Susan. Bylaws say 10 days notice. This is invalid." Murmurs build to cheers as I push the audit. "Let's see the books. Transparency for all." She falters, eyes darting to Larry's empty seat, face crumbling as support swells. Then Larry bursts in, wild-eyed, pulling a pistol. "Shut up, all of you!" Screams, chaos. He fires at the ceiling by accident, glass raining, and undercover agents tackle him in seconds, badges flashing, "FBI, freeze!" Susan bolts in the mayhem, but raids hit her house, agents hauling boxes of cooked books, laptops spilling secrets, millions skimmed, forged emails from her drafts, her owning the frame job company, her greed laid bare, born from resenting anyone who questioned her vision for Oakwood as her personal kingdom. She flees south in her Lexus, but choppers catch the rolling blockade, cops boxing her in on the highway, her stepping out defiant at first, then cuffed, trembling under the unforgiving camera, the queen dethroned live on air. Back home, we cheered quietly, relief washing over like rain after drought. HOA gutted, dues slashed, assets seized, refunds flowing. Streets came alive, kids biking freely, Charlie's giant gnome army on his lawn, Alex's purple shed unchallenged, freedom we'd forgotten under her thumb. Emily calls, "You stood tall, bro, proud." Dave, "Victory beers soon." It changed me, you know. Showed that even quiet folks have a breaking point when home's at stake. But was it justice, or just exposing how communities rot from unchecked power? Makes you wonder if every neighborhood hides a Susan waiting to snap. What do you think? Have you dealt with a HOA nightmare like this? Or seen justice served in your own backyard? Drop a comment below. Share your story. Let's unpack if these battles are worth the fight, or if silence keeps the peace. Hit like if you're team underdog, and subscribe for more real talk tales that hit home.